Just days before one of the biggest tournaments in golf, a major rule change has become the center of attention across the sport. Players, coaches, analysts, and fans are all asking the same question. Will this new rule change the way the game is played at the highest level? And perhaps even more importantly, what do the world's best golfers really think about it? As the conversation continues to grow louder, one voice everyone has been waiting to hear is that of Scottie Scheffler. Known for staying calm under pressure and avoiding unnecessary drama, Scheffler rarely rushes to comment on controversial topics. But with the US Open approaching and the spotlight brighter than ever, his response has finally arrived, and it has added an entirely new layer to an already heated debate. For weeks, discussions surrounding the proposed rule change have dominated golf headlines. Some players believe it could improve fairness and keep competition balanced, while others worry it may alter the traditions that have defined professional golf for generations. The governing bodies insist that the adjustment is intended to protect the integrity of the game and ensure consistency across future championships. However, not everyone is convinced that now is the right time to introduce such an important change, especially with one of golf's most demanding major championships only days away. Scottie Scheffler entered this conversation carrying more influence than almost anyone else in the sport. As one of the game's most consistent performers, every opinion he shares carries significant weight. Fans admire him not only for his incredible ball striking and composure, but also because he tends to speak thoughtfully rather than emotionally. That reputation made his first public comments highly anticipated. Instead of taking an aggressive stance or criticizing anyone involved, Scheffler approached the topic with the same steady mindset that has helped him become one of golf's elite competitors. During a recent media session, Scheffler acknowledged that changes in professional golf are never easy. He explained that every generation experiences moments when the game evolves, whether through equipment, course setups, scheduling, or regulations. According to him, adapting has always been part of competing at the highest level. While he understands why some players are frustrated, he also believes that professionals ultimately have a responsibility to prepare for whatever conditions and rules are presented. His comments reflected confidence rather than concern, suggesting that his primary focus remains on playing great golf, instead of becoming distracted by outside debates. That response quickly sparked conversations throughout the golfing world. Some interpreted Scheffler's remarks as quiet support for the governing bodies, while others viewed them as a diplomatic attempt to avoid taking sides. Analysts pointed out that his words neither fully endorsed nor rejected the rule itself. Instead, they highlighted his belief that championships are won by players who adjust faster than everyone else. In many ways, that philosophy has defined Scheffler's career. Whether facing difficult weather, challenging course conditions, or intense pressure on Sunday afternoons, he has repeatedly demonstrated an ability to stay focused when others become overwhelmed. As social media reacted to his comments, opinions quickly split into two camps. One group praised Scheffler for refusing to fuel unnecessary controversy, arguing that his mature approach reflects the mindset of a true champion. Another group hoped he would take a stronger public position, believing that players of his stature should openly influence decisions that affect the future of professional golf. The debate soon expanded beyond the rule itself and became a discussion about leadership within the sport. Should the world's top-ranked players become outspoken advocates for change, or should they remain focused on competition while allowing golf's governing organizations to make difficult decisions? With the US Open drawing closer, every practice round, interview, and press conference now carries added significance. Reporters continue asking players where they stand, fans eagerly analyze every quote, and speculation grows with each passing day. Yet through all the noise, Scottie Scheffler appears determined to keep his attention exactly where it has always been, on preparing for one of the toughest tests in golf. Whether that approach ultimately proves to be the smartest strategy, or simply the calm before an even bigger controversy, remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: his response has ensured that this conversation is far from over, and the days leading up to the championship promise even more twists before the first tee shot is struck. As the discussion continued to gain momentum, more players began sharing their own perspectives, revealing just how divided professional golf had become. Some welcomed the possibility of change, arguing that every major sport evolves over time, and that golf cannot remain frozen in the past forever. Others believe that introducing significant adjustments so close to a major championship risked creating unnecessary uncertainty. While opinions varied, one thing became increasingly clear. Every competitor would now have to prepare not only for one of the toughest golf courses of the season, but also for the mental challenge of adapting to an environment filled with constant debate. Scottie Scheffler, however, appeared completely unfazed by the growing noise. Those who have followed his career know that one of his greatest strengths has always been his ability to separate distractions from performance. Whether facing intense media attention, expectations as the world's top-ranked player, or pressure on the final 9 holes of a tournament, Scheffler has consistently relied on patience, discipline, and confidence in his preparation. That same mindset seems to be guiding him now as he gets ready for another US Open challenge. Several analysts noted that Scheffler's response reflected a broader philosophy, rather than simply an opinion about one particular rule. Throughout his career, he has repeatedly emphasized controlling only the things within his influence. Weather conditions, course setups, rough height, green speeds, and tournament decisions are all factors beyond a player's control. Instead of wasting energy worrying about those variables, Scheffler has often spoken about focusing on execution, decision-making, and maintaining composure under pressure. It is a mindset that has helped him remain remarkably consistent, while many of his competitors have experienced dramatic swings in form. That consistency has made Scheffler one of the most respected figures in modern golf. Fellow professionals frequently praise his work ethic and calm personality, while fans appreciate his willingness to let his golf speak louder than headlines. Even when controversial topics dominate the news cycle, he rarely allows himself to become the center of unnecessary drama. This latest situation appears no different. Rather than criticizing officials or encouraging conflict, he has chosen to acknowledge the reality of the situation while keeping his attention fixed on competing at the highest level. Meanwhile, the wider golf community continues to debate what the long-term effects of the proposed rule could be. Supporters argue that any changes should be judged by whether they strengthen competition over the coming decades instead of focusing only on short-term reactions. They believe golf has always adapted through history, from equipment innovations to changes in course architecture and tournament administration. Opponents, however, worry that altering long-standing traditions could unintentionally affect the unique character that has made professional golf so respected around the world. They believe preserving the sport's heritage should remain a priority whenever major decisions are considered. The timing has only added to the intensity of the conversation. The US Open is famous for demanding precision, patience, and mental toughness, unlike almost any other event in golf. Every shot carries enormous consequences, and even the smallest mistake can quickly ruin a player's chances of lifting the trophy. Under those circumstances, introducing discussions about rule changes inevitably creates another layer of pressure, especially for players trying to block out distractions during practice rounds and final preparations. Despite all of this, Scheffler's confidence appears unchanged. His recent performances have demonstrated why so many consider him one of the favorites whenever he enters a tournament. His ball striking remains among the best in the world, his course management continues to impress experienced observers, and his ability to recover from difficult situations has become one of the defining characteristics of his game. Those qualities may prove even more valuable if conditions become as challenging as many expect during championship week. As anticipation builds toward the opening round, attention is shifting from speculation to performance. Soon, opinions and interviews will matter far less than scorecards. Every player will have the same opportunity to prove they can handle whatever challenges await them, regardless of the ongoing debate surrounding the rules. For Scottie Scheffler, the mission has never changed. His focus remains on playing smart, staying patient,